3, 2, 1, and action! Oh yeah, there was an attempt to make a podcast, and in this brand new episode, this is the attempt number 3 to make a podcast. This is the attempt number 3 to make a podcast, and in this episode of Failing at Philosophy, ring, this is gonna be somewhere here when this video is edited. In this new episode of Failing at Philosophy, we are going to double check this particular philosopher. What's his nationality, by the way? What's his nationality? Søren Kierkegaard. In today's episode of Failing Philosophy, we are going to be checking the philosopher and theologist Søren Kierkegaard. Søren Kierkegaard, Danish philosopher and theologian Søren Obje Kierkegaard, born in Copenhagen in 1813 and died in Copenhagen as well, 1855. Education, University of Copenhagen, and his parents are Michael Pedersen Kierkegaard and Anne and Søren's daughter Lund Kierkegaard. Hermanos, brothers, siblings, Peter Kierkegaard. Spouse, Regine Olsen. Søren Kierkegaard. How do you pronounce that? According to Wikipedia, how the heck do you pronounce that? Wait a minute. According to Wikipedia, how the hell do you pronounce that? Come on, Wikipedia, how do you pronounce that? How do you pronounce it, please?
Søren Åby Kierkegaard.
Søren?
Søren Åby Kierkegaard.
One more time.
Søren Åby Kierkegaard.
Søren Åby Kierkegaard. Søren Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard. I know nothing about this one. I know nothing about Søren Kierkegaard. And I'm probably not even pronouncing his name properly. Yet still, we are going to make this episode. We are going to make this episode in which we are going to check, as usual, some content about him, and also we are going to read a couple of his books available on Gutenberg.org. Gutenberg, thank you so much for having his text available. Gutenberg.org, thank you very much for having his text available. Wait a minute, there's something I'm gonna do. The further, the better. Now, back to this one. I know nothing about Søren Kierkegaard other than thanks to the memes. Thanks to the memes, he looks like a good boy that would basically be some kind of teacher's pet or something like that. Something like that. Once again, I know nothing about him. One of the memes I have found are from Reddit and from Facebook, and there is one that says, read some Kierkegaard. There is the father and the boy. There is the father reading the newspaper and the boy coming here saying, the boy is coming here and he says, Dad, my existential angst is suffocating my ability to enjoy existence. And father says, read some Kierkegaard. Dad, but I'm only 4. And to that the father says, then read some Nietzsche. I know nothing about him, but let's find out. Oh, and give me a second. Let's take a look at what the comments say. Because the comment section sometimes can be a cesspool or an actual library of good mindsets. Alright? Which brings us to this reply that says, Nietzsche is such a punching bag in those comics. And to that I say, I wonder why. And surprise, surprise, this comment, by the way, is over 5 years old. And to that, this person says, a true Übermensch replies to 5-year-old comments. I suppose he's giving me a compliment? I don't know. Wait a minute. I wonder, is that a compliment? I bet it is. I hope it is, because in Reddit you can never know. It's been a while, minutes. I like this comment because it says, hopefully this is a philosopher. Let me share with you, Auntie, this is for you, Auntie, the posts and words I'm reading. Let's see. This commentator is saying, if you want to get happy fast, read Epicurus. Go to therapy, exercise, eat healthier, and pick up a hobby that makes you content and that you get blah, 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 and you don't get addicted to and throw away any kind of unhealthy addiction. Second, if you want to use your unhappiness to gain some perspective and taste the saltiness and bitterness of being alive, read Nietzsche, Kioran, assuming this is Irish, and Camus, and get a great number of addictions that, while destroying your life, does not obscure your thought processes, so you eat your misery raw. No, thank you, I don't want to have misery in my mind. So, let's read some philosophy by Kierkegaard. Hopefully, reading him will make me happy, hopefully, I don't know. Not happy, but maybe contemplate existence in a lighter light. It says, what? I would say Kierkegaard is more apt to calm your existential anguish while being more accessible to those that are younger and grew up around a religious influence. Kierkegaard's leap of faith can be comedically summarized by Parappa the Rapper. You gotta believe. Really? Interesting. I'm getting this from Reddit, by the way. Of course I'm getting this. I'm getting this from Reddit, of course, as you can imagine. Let's see. Go to FB to watch me live and read some Kierkegaard live. Jos katsoa tätä video. Se on sinulle. Si estás viendo esto, Auntie, esto es para ti. If you're watching, Auntie, if you're watching this is kind of for you, alright? Auntie, if you're watching, this is kind of for you. Now, there is another meme that I would love to see that I would like to discuss in order to give us an idea of what Kierkegaard is like. There are so many philosophers in this meme that unfortunately I do not recognize. I just recognize a few of them, alright? I'm going to mention only the ones that I understand. Tell me please. Yes, I'm talking to an artificial intelligence. I don't like them, but hey, it can be useful. Not too much. Tell me please who these philosophers are, comma. Comma. Separate them by names and sections, please. Let's see. Now, one more time. The following meme says, let's see how many philosophers I can recognize from this meme. It says, fight in the halls at school. People that say fight, Nicolas Machiavello, and I don't know the others, sorry, that's the only one I recognize. Goes and gets a teacher, Hegel and Aldous Huxley, nice, he wrote Brave New World. Warns the others when the teacher is coming, René Descartes, and Heidegger. The German philosopher that defended the authenticity of the being, while being a super horrible hypocritical, that joined the Nazi National Socialist Party of Adolf Hitler. Brings us to, is annoyed that they can't pass by and get to their locker. That would be Fyodor Dostoevsky, I like the Karamazov brothers, Arthur Schopenhauer, of course, Nietzsche and Søren Kierkegaard right there. I would be like Kierkegaard because I would be bothered that, oh my god, a fight is coming on, so I better find an alternative route, but most likely I will not be able to find it. Is one of the ones in the fight Karl Marx, a Greek philosopher that I probably don't recognize, probably Socrates, I don't know. And the Marquis de Sade jumps in to stop it, Aristotle and Platon, I'm not sure, and jumps in to join and fight too. I don't know this one, but there is Sigmund Freud and there is Diogenes. And this person from this Reddit post says, I'm with Kierkegaard on this one. I'm with Kierkegaard on this one. And those are, of course, comical, funny, hilarious memes to give an idea of what the personality of the philosophers are like. And I'm like, I'm gonna start. Alright, I'm gonna write this. I'm going to start reading some Kierkegaard today, August 15th, 2026. August 15, 2026. 2026. So I'll read that text, some texts, some texts by him in English, while remembering this meme. Let's find out. Some comments say, Diogenes, the guy bringing a fucking German Shepherd to the fight for shits and giggles. Totally true. Totally true. That makes perfect sense with what Diogenes used to be like. Well, be like. Oh my god. Heidegger, that's the name. Heidegger, a literal Nazi, would totally go and get the teacher. Spinoza, I rather imagine sitting in the classroom drawing geometrical partners, oblivious to there being a fight at all. And others are pretty spot on. The ones I recognize, of course, because I do not recognize them all. My Nigerian friend is talking to me through the chat. The usual lists of attendees. I think that's the word. I don't know. Me too. I'm on Facebook, transmitting live. Alright, let's see. Moving on to another meme that says, based Kierkegaard. Base Kierkegaard. It says, ugly person meme template that says, you must have faith and believe in God. You must have faith and believe in God. And it says, wait a minute, I forgot to test the audio. I hope this goddamn thing is working. Come on, testing, goddammit. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to test the audio. Yes, it's working. Now, back to this one. Base Kierkegaard says, you must have faith and believe in God. And the other person is like, no, you can't do that. The universe has no inherent meaning and you can't just go and commit philosophical suicide. And then they show the picture of Kierkegaard and they be like, you must have faith and believe in God. You must have faith and believe in God. Interesting. Let's see what the comments say. Oh, there is a person that claims to be an atheist, and this person says, alright, yes. Let's see. Cards. What happened? Wait a minute. Yes, what happened? What happened? Wait a minute. Pause in 3, 2, 1. We're back in business. Sorry, I was talking to someone. Now, as I was telling you here, oh yeah. After reading that meme about base Kierkegaard, this one says, hey Alex, after reading that meme about Kierkegaard, this comment over here says, I'm an atheist, but I really enjoy Kierkegaard's notion of authentic spirituality. I don't think that's illusory to actively have faith in something. As long as it's done authentically. I choose to believe in God not because... When you have authentic faith, you must recognize the deep uncertainty that exists in the heart of one's subjectivity. I suppose that if you're going to believe in God, do it because it's your decision, not because they taught you to do that. Alright? Let's continue. Kierkegaard himself criticized the church absolute dogmatism as some sort of, to put it in Camus terms, philosophical suicide. I think it's really sad to see people turning a blind eye to his philosophy just because of his idea of the night of faith. Christian existentialism. I think that's what I once heard about Kierkegaard one time. If there is by any chance, I hardly doubt it. If there is by any chance, I hardly doubt it. A philosophy student, an actual philosophy student, not someone that stereotypically starts smoking and stuff and committing some addictions. No, thank you. Someone that actually reads the books and tries to understand or understands them. If there is a, what do you call it? A graduate from philosophy, please write in the comments what you know about Kierkegaard. Another comment before we read one of his books. This person says, and it's from Reddit, of course. This person says, I'm not just going to abandon my critical thinking so that I can have an illusory belief. An illusory belief in meaning. Meaning. Oh my god, this sounds difficult. Meaning. Meaning. I consider meaning to come from a nice, funny, I consider meaning to come from the nice, funny chemicals, and I attempt to work to help myself and other people experience the nice chemicals by improving their lives and mine. If there is a meaning to life, it comes from what our brains want it to be. I want to do my tiny bit to improve the world and help humanity to progress. That's good enough meaning for me. I don't need any imaginary gods. I suppose that what you mean is to have you don't have a religion, but your religion is to basically to be a good person, and that's it. Not for the sake of pleasing a god, not for the sake of pleasing the congregation, not for the sake of pleasing the church or the teachings of it, but because it's good. It kind of feels good to be a good person. I suppose that's what it means. I don't know. You tell me in the comment sections if I'm wrong, if I'm incorrect or wrong. Oh, and by the way, I found this particular book by Søren Kierkegaard in Gutenberg.org, and this one is called Selections from the Writings of Kierkegaard. Let's see what we find. Selection from the Writings of Kierkegaard, and here is a picture of him. There is a picture of him, as well as his father, I think. I don't know. Preparation. There are some contexts, and it is introduction number 1, Diapsalmata, in vino veritas, the banquet, fear and trembling, preparation for a Christian life, and the present moment. I don't expect that we're going to read the whole texts, the whole chapter today, but we're gonna try. Let's see. Oh, and I also found a Finnish. El diario de un seductor. No mames, esto se ve interesante. I found another book by Søren Kierkegaard called The Diary of a Seducer. Oh my god. Søren Kierkegaard. Wait a minute. Søren Kierkegaard. Alright. Diary of a Seducer. Are you kidding me? Wow. Diary of a Seducer. Wow. Can you believe it? I found the version in Finnish. The Seducer's Diary, PDF. What do we find here? Download the file. Let's find out what we have right here. The Seducer's Diary by Søren Kierkegaard. Oh, and I think that one is more interesting. Vietelian Paivakiria. No mames, neta. No mames, ¿cómo puede ser que encontré un libro en finés por parte de un autor danés traducido al finés? No mames. Anti, si estás viendo esto, cabrón, amiguito, amor mío, esto es para ti. Oh my god, what have we just found? Damn it. I'm not a robot, god damn it. Download the file. Yes, download it, please. Come on. The Seducer's Diary. That one seems more interested because I found it in English, but at the same time I found it in Finnish. Let's read it in 2 languages. Let's see. Søren Kierkegaard, Princeton University Press, Princeton and Oxford. Edited and translated by Howard V. Vong and Edna Hung. I don't know anything about this, but let's find out. Alright? The Seducer's Diary. Let's go directly to it. The Seducer's Diary, or... oh my god, The Seducer's Diary. The Seducer's Diary. What do we find here? Su pasión predominante, la joven principiante. His predominant passion is the youthful beginner. Don Giovanni, area number 4. Wait a minute. Oh no. Wait a minute. Let's see what we have. Alright. What do we have here? It starts by saying, hide from myself, I cannot. Come on. What can we find right here? I'm sorry for that part that is gonna look terrible, but let's read a little bit from everything. Hide from myself, I cannot. I can hardly control the anxiety that grips me at this moment when I decide in my own interest to make an accurate, clean copy of the hurried transcript I was able to obtain at the time only in the greatest haste and with great uneasiness. The episode confronts me just as disquietingly and just as reproachfully as it did then. Contrary to his usual practice, he had not locked his desk. Therefore, everything in it was at my disposal. But there is no use in wanting to gloss over my conduct by reminding myself that I had not opened any of the drawers. One drawer stood open, and it was a mass of loose papers, and on top of them lay a large quarto volume, exquisitely bound. On the upper side was placed a vignette of white paper, on which he had written on his own hands, Commentarius Perpetuus. Running commentary number 4. There is no use, however, in trying to delude myself into thinking that if the top of the book had not been turned up, and if the striking title had not tempted me, I would not have fallen into temptation, or at least would have offered resistance. Nah, I don't think you want to offer any resistance. No, I don't think so. I don't think you want to offer any resistance. No. Alright, all that thing that I read. Resistance. Interesting. Alright. That part I just read, as I said, I found the Finnish version, so try to find. Let's see what it says. All that part that I found, I found some, what do you call it? I found some, the Finnish equivalent. So let's find out what the Finnish equivalent says. The Finnish equivalent goes like this. Envoid itseltäni salata vaivonedes hallita sitä tuskaa, jota valtaa minut niin, kun oman mielihaluni tähden päätän tehdä tarkkaan jäljennyksen niistä hätäisesti kirjoitetuista otteista, jotka minun suurella kiireellä ja vaivalla kerran onnistui hankkia. Tapaus tulee yhtä kisuallisen soimavana eteeni kuin tuolloin. Vastoin tavallisuutta oli Johannes jättänyt kirjoituspöytänsä lukitsematta, joten sen sisältö oli kokonaan minun käytettäväni. Mutta turhaan koetan saada menettelyni parempaan valoon muistelemalla. Etten tehnyt itseäni syypääksi laatikon aukin murtamisen. Yksi laatikoista oli vedetty esiin. Siinä oli joukko irtonaisia papereita ja niiden päällä sidottu kirja suurta nelitaiteista kokoa. Se lue sivulle, joka oli näkyvissä, oli kiinnitetty valkea paperilippu, jolle hän omakätisesti oli kirjoittanut commentarius perpetuus 4. Sí, me sé los números en finés, a huevo. I know the Finnish numbers, goddammit. But I'm not going to learn the numbers in Danish because the way these people count the number 90 is just insane and makes French number 80 70 wait, makes the number 70, 80 and 90 make like logical games, all right? Logical games. Let's continue. Where were we? We were right here, all right? We were right here. Let us continue, shall we? Where were we? Turhaan koetansi itselleni uskotella, että jollei tuo sivu olisi ollut näkyvissä ja jollei tuo omituinen nimikirjoitus olisi minua houkutellut. En lainkaan olisi langennut kiusaukseen tai että ainakin olisin yrittänyt taistella sitä vastaan. How beautiful is that? I can't believe I found the English and the Finnish version of The Diary of a Seducer. Seducer's Diary. I can't believe it. This is just fantastic. Let's read a couple more. This is fantastic. Let's read a couple more. Let's read a couple more lines from this book. Alright? Let's read a couple more books. Let's read a couple more lines from this book. Alright? Let's continue. That's my mom saying hello. Hola, mama. That's my mom saying hello. Hola, mama. Where was I? Oh yeah. The next part of this book says, the title itself was curious, yet more because of the items around it than the title itself. From a hasty glance at the loose papers, I learned that they contain impressions of erotic situations, intimations of some relationship or other, drafts and letters of a particular kind, with which I later became familiar in their artistically completed, calculated nonchalance. Now, having seen through the contriving heart of that corrupt man, when I recall the situation, now, with my eyes open to all the cunning, so to speak, when I approach that drawer, I feel the same way a policeman must feel when he enters a forger's room, goes through his things and finds a mass loose of papers on a drawer, specimens of handwriting, and on one there is a single decorative design, on another monogram, on another a monogram, and on a third a line of reverse writing. Let us continue, alright? Let's continue. Writing. They mentioned something about writing. So, oh shoot. No, wait. This is the one I need to copy. Yeah. Let's continue. Now let's read the Finnish equivalent that goes like this. Thank you one more time, Gutenberg, for this wonderful word. Nimi oli kylläkin merkillinen, ei kuitenkaan yhtä ihmeellinen kuin itse lehtien sisällys. Hätäisesti silmäiltyäni irtoinnaissa papereita huomasin nimittäin, että ne sisälsivät pakina erottinsista tilanteista hajanaissa muistiinpanoja, jotka jostakin suhteesta omituisia kirjeluonnoksia, joiden koko taiteellisesti harkituun huolimattomuuden sittemmin opin tuntemaan. Kun nyt päästyäni selville tuon turmeltuneen olennon konnanjuonia hauttavasta mielestä uudelleen palautan tapahtuman muistiini, kun nyt avoimin silmin ikään kuin uudelleen astun tuon avatun laatikon eteen. Voltaa minut sama tunto kuin poliisipalvelijan, kun hän astuu rahanvärentäjän huoneeseen, aukaisee hänen kätkynsä ja jostakin laatikosta lyötää joukon papereita. Väärennysharjoitelmia. Yhdessä hän näkee ornamentilpalsen, toisessa nimikirjoituksen Jine. Nimikirjoituksen Jine. Oh my god. Oh jumalani. Let's stop right there because that one is not what I intended to read a little bit. Instead, we're going to continue with the Seducer's diary later. Instead, let's try something else, such as introduction number 1. Let's try another essay in English because that's a language in which I'm obviously fluent. Let's read a couple paragraphs from another essay. Specifically, oh my god, it's a lot. That's what we're here. Diapsalmata. Let's read Diapsalmata. Let's read this particular essay called Diapsalmata, and let's read it in English because, as I said, that is a language that I actually can speak. Besides, I don't want to make this video more longer than necessary. I was into this video trying to be like, oh yeah, let's read some Kierkegaard and let's make some comments about it. However, my fascination for the Finnish language became heavier. It outweighed my initial interest into reading Kierkegaard's writing. So let's give it a try. Alright. Oh, this looks promising. It says, Diapsalmata. What is a poet? An unhappy man who conceals profound anguish in his heart, but whose lips are so fashioned that when sighs and groans pass over them, they sound like beautiful music. His fate resembles that of the unhappy man who were slowly roasted by a gentle fire in the tyrant Phalaris Bull. Phalaris Bull, I think I know that reference. Phalaris Bull. Phalaris Bull. Oh yeah. Phalaris Bull. El toro de Phalaris. Phalaris Bull. It's a torture instrument in which... Oh yeah. It's a big statue of bronze of a big bull, alright? And what's next? They put it over a fire in which the interior temperature becomes bigger and hotter, and the scream of pain of the victim inside the pool, it makes it look as if the figure is making moo. And the creator, the designer, Perillus died by being introduced and shoved into his own creations by order of Phalaris when he was presented with the instrument. Before he died, Phalaris ordered Perillus from the interior so that he would not profanate his work. Instead, got him thrown over a cliff. Oh yeah, Phalaris Bull. Their shrieks could not reach his ear to terrify him. To him they sounded like sweet music. And people flock about the poet and say to him, "Do sing again," which means, would that new sufferings tormented your soul, and would that your lips stayed fashioned as before, for your cries would only terrify us, but your music is delightful. And the critics joined them, saying, "Well done." Thus it must be according to the laws of aesthetics, which, to be sure, a critic resembles a poet as one p another, the only difference being that he has no anguish in his heart and no music on his lips. Behold, therefore, would I rather be a swineherd on a mager? A major? What is that? A mager. Come on, mouse, where are you? Let's see. A mager. What is it? It's an island in Denmark. Behold, behold, therefore, would I rather be. Behold, therefore, would I rather be a swineherd on a Mager, which is an island on the south of the capital, called the kitchen garden of Copenhagen, and be understood by the swine than a poet, and misunderstood by men. Authenticity. I'd rather be an animal and not be tormented with understanding, and then be a human and being tormented with the possibility of being misunderstood, of having my words misinterpreted and misunderstood. I think that's what it says. Let's continue. Alright, let's continue. In addition to my numerous other acquaintances, I have still one more intimate friend, my melancholy. In the midst of pleasure and in the midst of work, he beckons to me, calls me aside. Even though I remain present bodily, my melancholy is the most faithful sweetheart I have had. No wonder that I return the love. So you're glorifying melancholy? Based on that, I should then glorify the nostalgia feeling that I feel, that I have, every time that I think of my childhood. Is that what you're telling me? Because if you say that your melancholy is the most faithful sweetheart you have ever had, and that you return the love to it, no, give me not melancholy, but give me instead a sensation of cheerfulness and happiness. Alright? It can be a choice. It can be obtained out of nowhere. Of all the ridiculous things, the most ridiculous seems to me to be busy, to be a man who is brisk about his food and his work. Therefore, whenever I see a fly settling in the decisive moment on the nose of such a person of affairs, or is he spattered with mud from a carriage which drives him past in still greater haste, or the drawbridge opens up before him, or a tile falls down and knocks him dead. Then I laugh heartily, and who, indeed, could help laughing? What, I wonder, do these busy folks get done? Are they not to be classed with the woman who, in her confusion about the house being on fire, carried out the fire tongues? What things of greater account do you suppose will they rescue from life's great conflagration? Conflagration. I like that word. Conflagration. Meaning in English, I suppose it's the same in Spanish. A very large, highly destructive fire that spreads out of control over a wide area. Conflagration. Flagration. Conflagración. Conflagration. Interesante. Interesting. Conflagración. En Spanish es una perturbación repentina y violenta que afecta a pueblos o naciones. Como una guerra o un gran conflicto armado. También puede referirse, aunque hoy en día es un poco uso común en desuso, un incendio grande e intenso que destruye todo a su paso. It's almost the same thing. However, in Spanish, the meaning is a little different. It's a sudden and violent disturbance in the peace of towns, in the peace of the towns of men and nations, like a war or a great armed conflict. It can refer, even if it's a little bit archaic and obsolete, a great fire. That's in Spanish, because in English it's a little different. Let's continue. Sorry about that, but I hate the state of my throat. A little pause to stretch my bones. A little pause to stretch my bones. Let's continue. Moving on. What does it say here? Oh yeah. Let others complain that the times are wicked. I complain that they are paltry, for they are without passion. The thoughts of men are thin and frail like lace, and they themselves are feeble like girl lace makers. The thoughts of their hearts are too puny to be sinful. For a worm, it might conceivably be regarded as sin to harbor thoughts such as theirs. Not for a man who is formed in the image of God. Their lusts are staid and sluggish, their passions sleepy. They do their duty, these sordid minds, but permit themselves, as did the Jews, to trim the coins just the least little bit, thinking that our Lord keep tab of them ever so carefully, one might yet safely venture to fool him a bit. Fie upon them! It is therefore my soul ever returns to the Old Testament and to Shakespeare. There at least one feels that one is dealing with men and women. There one hates and loves. There one murders one's enemy and curses his issue through all generation. There one sins. Oh my, that's kind of strange, but so since you don't want to be like the rest of the people, you then go back to the comfort of religion and faith? Is that what you're telling me? I hope I'm understanding it, because let us not forget, this is the name of... I hope I'm understanding them, because after all, this is the name of this particular podcast. Alright? Just as according to the legend. What legend? Parmenicus in the Trophonian cave lost his ability to laugh, but recovered it again on the island of Delos, at the site of a shapeless block which was exhibited as the image of the goddess Leto. Likewise did it happen to me. When I was very young, I forgot in the Trophonian cave how to laugh. But when I grew older, I opened my eyes and contemplated the real world. I had to laugh, and I have not ceased laughing ever since. I think I found one of the quotes from the memes. Quotes from the memes. One more time. When I was very young. Oh, by the way, what legend are you talking about? Note of the translator. Told by Athenaios. That doesn't clarify it. Parmeniscus. Let's say. Parmeniscus. Who is it? Who is he? Parmeniscus. Parmeniscus. Huh, funny money. According to the legend, Parmeniscus in the Trophonian cave lost his ability to laugh. And what happened next? Well, but recovered it again on the island of Delos at the side of a shapeless block, which was exhibited as the image of the goddess Leto. Likewise did it happen to me. When I was very young, I forgot in the Trophonian cave how to laugh. But when I grew older and opened my eyes and contemplated the real world, I had to laugh. And have not ceased laughing ever since. I beheld that the meaning of life was to make a living. Its goal, to become Chief Justice. That the delights of love consisted in marrying a woman with ample means. That it was the blessedness of friendship to help one another in financial difficulties. That wisdom was what most people supposed it to be. That it showed enthusiasm to make a speech and courage to risk being fined $10. That it was cordiality to say, "May it agree with you," after a repast. And that it showed piety to partake on the communion once a year. I saw that and laughed. I think I'm laughing. I think the memes were right. Read Kierkegaard to calm the existential anguish and to look at life happily. Something like that. Hope I'm making sense. I don't know. The last paragraph of this particular essay, which I have to thank Kierkegaard himself for making it such a short writing. Thank you, Kierkegaard, for making it so short. A strange thing happened to me in my dream. I was wrapped into the seventh heaven. There sat all the gods assembled. As a special dispensation, I was granted the favor to have one wish. "Do you wish for youth?" said Mercury, "or for beauty, or power, or a long life? Or do you wish for the most beautiful woman, or any other of the many fine things we have in our treasure trove? Choose, but only one thing." For a moment, I was at a loss. Then I addressed the gods in this wise: "Most honorable contemporaries, I choose one thing. That I may always have the laughs on my side." Not one god made answer, but all began to laugh. From this I concluded that my wish had been granted, and thought that the gods knew how to express themselves with good taste. For it would surely have been inappropriate to answer gravely, "Your wish has been granted." Oh my god, this is so fascinating. Kierkegaard has made me laugh so much. I'm so happy it did. He is definitely not a misanthropist like a miserable misanthropist like Arthur Schopenhauer. Definitely, he's nothing like him, alright? And he doesn't strike me as a sort of holier-than-thou sanctimonious asshole like Jean-Jacques Rousseau. I'm so far enjoying this, and the best part is the fact that it was such a short essay. This is fantastic. And I have to say that I hope I'm making sense, and I hope I'm understanding it. After all, that's the name of the podcast, which, of course, has come to an end. Thank you very much for accompanying me here in reading the diary of a seducer's diary. And what was the name of this? What was the name of this essay? The name is Diapsalmata. 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 Kierkegaard. Diapsalmata by Kierkegaard. Nordic literature. Written in 1843. Diapsalmata. El breviado Kierkegaardiano. I speak Spanish, so therefore, naturally, I'm going to pronounce Kierkegaard. But I think it's supposed to be Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard. I don't know. As I said, I hope I'm understanding it. This is why this is called Failing at Philosophy. And that's where we end. Thank you very much for being here. Bye. That's it.